What it do, everybody, and welcome back to All Sports Media TV. I am your host, KJ the Great, and we about to talk about something of interest. So, the current undisputed heavyweight champion, two-division undisputed champion, Oleksandr Usyk, has announced that he plans to retire from boxing at the age of 41. Interesting. Now, that leaves us no doubt that he will probably eventually get in the ring with one of his mandatories, that being Joseph Joe Parker, Big Joe Parker. Now, Oleksandr Usyk has fought the best of the best in this era. He's fought pretty much everybody who's of top caliber. He beat Tyson Fury twice. He beat convincingly. He beat Anthony Joshua twice, both times, in my opinion, convincingly. He beat Derek War Chisora, and he also knocked out his other mandatory, Oleksandr Usyk, twice. Daniel Dubois twice. Amazing. 24 wins, no losses, no draws, 18 wins by way of knockout. I believe that is right. Yeah. And the only one left to be seen is Big Joe Parker. Now, Joseph Parker is about the same age. He's about 40. I believe he's 41 right now. So within that time frame, after Joe Parker has a showdown with, I believe it's Fabio Wardley is how you say it. Next up in the rotation, I believe, is the WBC, because Joseph Parker is through the WBO, and the WBC, I believe, is Agit Kabayel, who's the WBC interim champion, and then it circles back, I believe, to the IBF. The IBF being Moses Atama is looking to get that spot secured, and he might end up having a showdown with Frank Sanchez to secure that spot. If not, that spot was also talked about. The opponent for Frank Sanchez was talked about being Daniel Dubois, which will put him right back in there. Now, a lot of people will say, well, why Daniel Dubois? You got to remember, Daniel Dubois, he's only 28 years old. And while he doesn't flash the most skill in the ring, he's big, he's strong, he's a hard, solid puncher. He just ran into the best of this generation as far as heavyweights goes. I don't blame him for, wanting to get in there and get his shot. The first time around was the controversy. Was it a low blow, et cetera, et cetera? He kind of seemed like he just lost interest and gave up. The second time, I believe personally, he was after the first knockdown, I believe he was stunned, he was buzzed, and he was tired from the way he was punching. So when the second knockdown came, he could have got up like he did, but a third knockdown could have been awarded a ref stoppage or could have been worse. So he can still reinsert himself back into the championship picture if he beats Frank Sanchez, which I think that'll be a good matchup for him. I think definitely he has his work cut out for him in that one, because he has to see where the mental is. Now, as far as Oleksandr Usyk, he said that when he retires, he plans to open up an academy, a boxing academy, and train upcoming fighters you know, because he wants to train the next generation. I think that's awesome too, because you get a whole new generation of fighters in years to come who train under the best of a generation, the best of an era, and you can see a lot of potential similarities in those fighters at different weights. You know, you might have a cruiserweight, you might have a light heavyweight, all the way down. You might have a lot of those guys at you know, like I said, different weights. But I think this is awesome. Do you think Oleksandr Usyk will finish his career undefeated? Do you think if he fights Joe Parker, that will be his first loss? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, man. I think this is going to be a great showdown when it comes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.